to Night of the Dead, and this is Sin's Let's Test Build stuff. So, I just got finished watching Shout's video on his Horde Night. It's the optimal spacing, right? Because if you put the walls on top of the foundation you're setting them on, and I'll demonstrate this, it will want to snap to where these two are, which is too close to the wall. Unsnapping it, it doesn't want to do it all that well. There we go. But that would be too close to wall. Right here, and go ahead and place this one. You'll notice that there's not enough space to place this one because it collides either with a wall or this shredder. Or if you're able to do it, it just completely blocks the path. So, let's see. There is another means. Now, this one you have to place the wall on top of the other foundation. It gives you just a small amount of spacing. Maybe, I think that's about one cell or one unit. And you're able to put them this close together. Now, if you hadn't noticed, the spikes do not touch the other device, right? On either one. Now, while if we try to do it where there are walls on each side, it is impossible to do. From the intermission, the horde has started. We shall see here in a second. Zombies do pass. Let's go this way and see what happens. Yep, they do pass that way as well. So, this is the appropriate spacing Shout should be using at its closest configuration to allow him to take and build. So, you notice that this one's sticking out. It doesn't go completely all the way across this platform with the grid pattern. And when we place this shredder, it should come across just a little bit. See right here? It should cross over just a little bit. But essentially what you want to do is try and line up this column here with the floor tiles. On this one, you don't want that. You want it almost dead center as best you can make it. And it gives you plenty of space. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. For you, it's just going to be a few seconds, though. So, actually using all the space he could be using. And I also want to point out that you can set these up to be inside, just a small portion inside of one of these other shredders, unless you're snapping. If you're snapping, it automatically goes to the end. Just something I found interesting that could help if you're starved for space and whatnot. I also found that it was more optimal to place in certain things here. I will be placing a wall here in a little bit. But I just wanted to give that small little shout out right there to Shout. If he's actually starved for space, he can space these to the inside by at least 1 or 2 units. Alright guys, just finished setting up in every way possible I can think of to improve Shout's serpentine maze. Alright, now everything along the bottom is where he would normally go in to set up to repair. So from the start of the main maze into his serpentine maze, they would come down through here. We have a total of 3 offset walls. Should be able to see them by the one wall at the very end. Now, what this does is it forces everything into a bit of a, I guess you would say it's just a giant blender. They walk through, they get hit by at least 4 cutters before they even make it close to the ending stretch. And in the ending stretch, they have to, of course, come down through here, get crushed by a compressor, hit 2, 5, 7 guillotines. If they make it to that final stretch, well, we have something to slow them down so that they stay within the last 2 guillotines while whoever, be it Shout or someone else, shoots them. Now, over here, Shout has his normal 2 windows so he can see in, and we have a flamer set up through the window and, of course, a trebuchet. While they are that beefy to be through here, that trebuchet has a clean shot. It cannot miss. Flamer is going to get everything in a straight line, regardless, for 8 full platforms. So, I'm going to stand in here and simulate Shout. And we're going to start up the Horde Night on day 30. And I'm going to pretty much speed through that at one point at super high speed until we get to the nitty gritty good stuff. Alright, so see you then. The Horde Night 30. Got some interesting music. Let's see what happens. Got some interesting music going on here. See if I can't get the best overhead view of this meat grinder as possible. Alright, there we go. First contenders. Let's see how far they can get. Alrighty, it's pretty obvious. Wow. Now they're getting bunched up. So maybe I should have put some spikes at the beginning to try and filter them. But this might actually be a good thing in some ways, because you're getting multiple zombies. So no matter what happens, I'm just going to let this run. Might even time-lapse it a little bit, starting from here. Alright, so that was anticlimactic. I was guessing there was going to be more of a horde. But the music seems to have stopped. I am on normal mode. But that seemed like it was the whole horde. I don't know if there's something wrong with the current game version I'm running.